It's been about a week since trails were first released, and now we have four total trails that have entered and left the item shop. And I'm going to talk about what the implications are for trails in the item shop and how this will increase or decrease the prices of the item shop moving forward, and what you guys should do to spend more money and save more money on the item shop so you have enough money to buy everything you could ever want. Let's get right into it. So yeah, trails are here, which is awesome. I'm happy to see that a lot of people have been very happy with how trails have gone so far. I'm one of them. I think trails are fantastic, and they're a much needed aspect of the game as a new different type of reward. I also think they do what stickers didn't. Stickers were kind of like they were a cool concept, but then no one really cared about them. Now trails are like a cool concept, but people also really like trails, so it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Good idea, good execution, good product. Let's go. But now trails are in the item shop and you can start purchasing them for money. Now here's the thing, how much money? Well, now we have our answer. Trails have ranged anywhere from $1 million to $3 million, and that's a lot. The Tiny Cars Trail cost $3.25 million. The Car Parts Trail yesterday cost $850K. The Popcorn Trail cost $1 million. The Fire Trail cost $1.5 million, and other trails that will be coming soon are going to cost anywhere within, $1 million to $3-ish million. Now, as you guys might have figured, that's a lot of money, especially for the people who aren't billionaires like I am. And so here's the question. Do you spend lots of money on the trails, or do you spend lots of money on the cars? I think I have an answer. But first, we got to keep in mind that the price of the shop is going up considerably since trails have been released. Before trails entered the shop, in 70 entire days of the item shop, we only had 5 days that cost $1 million or more. So in 70 days, only 5 of them cost $1 million or more. However, in the 10 days since trails have been released to the shop, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 days in which there have been $1 million or more, and a lot of times way more than $1 million of cost in the item shop. Now, this is obviously because trails are very expensive as far as other daily items go. And so I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that a lot of the days moving forward, as long as they have trails, are going to be very expensive, and the trails are the main factor for that. So it's very safe to say that the item shop is only going to get more expensive from here on out. And as the item shop gets more and more expensive, it's going to be harder for a lot of people out there to buy all of this stuff. So, now we reach the big question. How should you spend your money in the item shop so that you can get the best stuff you want, while also keeping enough money so you can buy feature items and all that type of stuff? If you're really worried about how much money you have, you don't have a lot of money, only a couple million, my first bit of advice for every single person watching right now is only buy something that you will actually use. So if you're worrying about how much money you have, only buy an item in the item shop if you will actually use said item. There are a couple exceptions to this, one of them being me, because I have a lot of money. There's a lot of people out there who are also like collectors that like to collect a bunch of items. Makes sense to me. However, if you're never going to use an item, for instance, let's go to the shop right now. And I look in the shop and I see this thing right here. This is the Blitz T8 Roadster. I am never, ever going to use this car. I simply have better cars to use. And so, if I'm worried about my money, I don't have to buy the car, right? And so that's a free $525,000 that I just saved myself. And if you do that a couple different times, then you now have enough leftover money for a trail or two if you want. Or you can basically spend that leftover money that you didn't spend on something you're not going to use. You can spend that money on something you are going to use. Makes sense? I think it does. And so now this brings the question, because now the trails are in the item shop, I know everyone's buying all of the trails. And a question that I have got a lot is, should you buy the trail or should you buy the cool car? And so for instance, we look up here. So we got a trail, which is the Tiny Cars Trail, or we got a car, which is the Mongoose. The sus car, yeah, it's the Among Us car. Imposter sus? I'm kidding. I hate that meme. Anyways, the point is, should you buy the expensive car or should you buy the expensive trail? In my opinion, you should buy the expensive trail. The reason for this is, I put trails and cars at about the same value. However, because there's like 250 different cars in the game, there's a billion cars, like genuinely, there are so many cars in this game. And there's only a handful of trails. In fact, there's like 10 trails total. You should 100% buy the trail because there's so few of them. Like, because the trail, there's like so few options for trails, all of the different options are probably good options. But because there's so many cars, you probably already have a really good car that you want to use. Like, I'm never going to use the mongoose. Okay, maybe I'll use it once or twice, but besides those 1 or 2 times, I will use this thing once and then never use it again. But the trail, I'll probably use that a couple times, at least way more than the car. And so I am of the opinion that you should definitely buy the expensive trail over the expensive car because there's fewer trails in the game right now, which means they're more like valuable in a sense, and each individual trail has more meaning because you're more likely to use it. Obviously, if you think a trail's garbage, don't buy it at all. I stick with my first point. Don't buy something if you're not going to use it. But if you have the choice between buying like a featured trail or a featured car, I'd definitely say buy the featured car. I would definitely say buy the featured trail, not the car, Also, this thing's sus. Get it? Because it's sus. Among Us reference. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like making this video because a lot of people have been complaining about how expensive the item shop's getting. I still have my spreadsheet over here. That like I'm tracking all the prices and stuff. I actually started tracking like when items were added and stuff, which is also kind of neat. And so I've just been making graphs and stuff to track how expensive the item shop's getting, what everything's costing. I also have the total price of this thing. The item shop in total has cost $117 million, which is a lot of money. That's over about 3 months though. I think it's about 3 months. It's a bit less than 3 months. So basically in about 3 months, that's 117 million, which is about 40 million per month. So that's a lot of money. In case you guys didn't get that, that's a lot of money. $40 million per month. I know a lot of people don't have the money for that. So it's just one more reason that you want to save as much money as possible and only buy the things that you actually want to buy. Like, for instance, if we look at this shop right here, if I only bought the stuff that I actually want, which are these 2 trails right here, I would save myself $4.5 million plus 520K plus another 220K. That's like $6.3 million-ish. No, wait, $5.3 million-ish. So the point is, if I didn't buy the stuff that I didn't want, that would have saved me $5 million. And with $5 million, you can buy a lot of stuff that you want. And so you guys got to make sure you're saving your money and only spending it where you actually want to spend it. Other than that, I've started talking with Travis about doing some sort of trail competition on the channel. So we'd have like 2 trails go up against each other, and then we'd have like a bracket of some sort. And then the winning trail would get added to the item shop. I don't know if this is possible yet. I just started talking to him about it. But if it is, I will let you guys know. And also, I talked about this in my last video, and you guys really seem to like that idea, so I'm going to try and make sure that happens. I also know that I have not uploaded a lot recently. I'm sorry. We're approaching the end of the school year, and we got like a bunch of big projects and stuff. And so I'm just trying to make sure my grades are like in the place that I want them to be before I can start making Nitro content. Also, I don't like making Nitro content. It's okay. No, but in all seriousness, I just got like life going on. Over the summer though, once we get back from school, I'm probably gonna do a lot more streaming, which should be fun. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for sticking with the channel as well. Ooh, also Kristen Smith's online. Ooh. Anyways, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to comment down below what your favorite trail is so far. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone, and have, as always, a wonderful day. Peace.